Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my audios. And this is German Audios and Tayapaya Audios. And that's a Jano. That's it. This is the saga of Jano. And if you're listening to this audio, you are a type of person that listen to audio to learn and how to build yourself and correct yourself and how to be a better person. So if you're running to my audio, I was no college grad. Was a person that stand up for my rights. I'm a self-learning person, but I went to college and dropped out of college, high school and all those things. I did all that. And whatever knowledge I accumulate, I use it back to you. But if you check all the powerful people in the world, they always some high school dropout or or some college dropout. And Steve Jobs was a high school, no, a college grad dropout. These are all the people around the world. But one thing I have to tell you today, this audio, and whatever time you listen to this audio, it's called sequence. Life is sequence. Those who know the secrets of life is sequence, they move a little bit different from those who do not understand it. We are living in a world where everything built on sequence. If you notice, the sunlight is a sequence to the earth. If the earth do not have a certain time period or certain days of sunlight, it will go on freezing. Understand? If the cloud is blocking it for 10, 20 months, it will just to go permanent freeze. Understand? But someone control it and someone do the sequence and move it to give the earth sunshine. If someone do not move it, the earth itself would shape itself and do the sequence of giving you the hot and the cold and the warm. But when we check it, there's a sequence of someone control it. Understand? And when I was told that everything have a controller, this is where I changed my mind. You must change your mind and try to check your sequence of life. Because people are doing things that hindering them, that blocking them, that stopping them from get to the next level in what they're doing. As sometimes you cheat on a person, you take away from a person where you shouldn't cheat on, you shouldn't take away, but you have a ricochet to it. It is electrical have I think black and white and yellow, black and white and yellow. If you do not have the right correction when the wire correct, it will not work right. If you have a short circuit, if you put a switch onto a light and you do not wire right, the light cannot comes on. It shows you that is a secret, a secret of sequencing. If you have a remote to turn on the TV and you do not have a power up there to turn on, it will not turn on. So the sequence is only point and squeeze, and it will happen. But I'm trying to tell you, this same thing happen when you want to have something done in your life. A lot of us creating clog in sequence. We going against people who shouldn't be going against. You understand? We are not doing what we're supposed to be doing, so it's a clog on it. You understand? Same like the cloud I told you before. If the sun is over the cloud shining and the cloud do not move, there's a clog to the earth. And when there's a clog to the earth, no crops grow. Everything just freeze and die out. It will always just be falling. But if you have the sunshine, you will have the flowers bloom and the spring will come and all different type of roses. Well, at that certain type period, you have fruits will grow and some fruits don't grow, but it's always a bearing season, always something to feed on. No matter what happened in this world, you always notice the planet itself always have something you could feed on. Every day is a season of a fruit. So you might not have mango season, but you have cherry season. If you don't have that cherry season, you have cassava, you got banana. The earth always giving its own season and time period. That is showing you the sequence of eating, so we never go hungry. So if you not following the sequences of putting food on your table, you will always go hungry. But some of us is under a sequence where if we do not do it, we hinder ourselves. If you check life have a certain type of sequence. If you're a person that creating, once you create 100 of anything you're doing, you break a cycle. It might become a known cycle, it might become a destructive cycle, It might become an attack cycle, separation cycle, because you do not have the other sequence yet. But when the moment you have the other sequence, you notice all the attacks is moved. You have to always have the sequence of doing the things right. If a person is destructive and he keep doing destructive sequence, he gets powerful. If someone do not challenge that, he will always continue to destructive. But the moment someone challenges it and oppose it, and the other side of sequence overpower it, if he don't stop, he's gonna lose everything. Because there's a sequence for everything: to stop, to hold, to build, to kill. You understand? So you have to check your life sequence. You, as far as like relationship now, you have to check the sequence between your mother, your father, your sister, and your brother. Watch what you done to them. Watch what when you give on to them. Watch when you help to them and talk good of them. Watch what happened to you. Understand? Watch when you deceive someone. What sequence happened to you when you deceive someone? What replays on you? This is what they tell you: what goes around comes around. Sometimes when you do good, some of you expect to get good. No, sometimes it's not the person you do good for will give you good. It will just come back around in a different way, because life is sequence. Even when within your speak, it comes with sequence. Even within your friends you keep, it comes with a sequence. Because some of you keep energies of friends that hinder you. Some people, you gotta avoid them. You know, some people you just, hey, hi, hello, bye. You know, we chill. You know, you don't come to my place. You understand? We don't get done like that. Some people gotta just keep them wide. Some people you gotta keep them close, but you gotta see their purpose of their sequence. Check the person that doing things and the person who are not doing things. You understand? Because if you do not check sequence, you're gonna have a lot of hinder and black in your life. Understand? I have other videos of a sequence life. You should check this one. This one is another part 2 of it. Understand? And I want you to check your behavior of all the sequence in that you do for yourself. Understand? I want you to check your the people them you're connected to sequence, and how you do that. You check how long I know them, what did I accomplish around them, what they accomplish and what I do not accomplish. If you're with a certain person you love, ask what kind of sequence of love is this? What do I get out of this love? What did I build from out of this love? Where I'm going to build with this love? Because you got to realize, you know, in this world, you have spells of curse. A spell of destruction, evergreen person. When a person evergreen you, that means you're cursed by is an everything curse. If you do not find a sequence of your own, you're going to always honor that spell. The only way to break that spell is to find the sequence and follow it and do what to break it. If you're not doing what to break it, every day it just grow on you. They did tell me one time that every day the devil gets stronger. And God used to tell the devil what to do. I said it in one of my rhymes. I wonder if he's still telling him what to do. Understand? So you got to realize God used to communicate with the devil. And then the devil push away God. No, God push away the devil, because God created the devil. You understand? This is what it tells us: good is evil, evil is good. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So you have to find your doing of sequence to make things work for you. If you're a poor man and you want to make things change, you have to find the sequence of changes for you. Your changes is different from everybody else's changes. You're doing a sequence different from everyone's sequence. Understand? You might be doing, but nothing is happening. But you got to look at what you're planting, and look at how you do it, and look at what you're getting from it. You might not gather money from it, but you're gathering attention. Once you start to gather attention, you can market yourself to people. And if you gain your own fan base, then you could you have a way to make your own money. If you get a product for yourself and you want to market a product for yourself, what you're going to do now, you're going to develop your own market, your own fan for it. You can't do it like how other companies do it, because they already have their own fan base. You got to find a way how to make people interested into what you do to buy from you. That's the sequences. You understand? You can't say, well, I am going to do it just like that. But no, that might block you. That might hinder you. That might not be your sequence. You got to find out what's your sequence and follow upon what you're doing. This is why you see a lot of people, when they rap, if you look at rappers, when they rap, they act. That's the sequence they give them. You understand? When basketball players done basketball, you don't see them rapping. You don't even see them acting. They probably just do real estate or do something different. And just, you just live small and just get their little checks and live. You understand? But when a person rap or sing, you notice he act. And after act, you don't see him no more. You might see some come and do video game, but life is wider than that. But this is what they teach us within the media. But they're probably doing 100 different other things that you do not know about. But you got to focus on their sequencing. Before they was pro, they was practicing. When they're at the draft, they didn't choose them. All of them, they choose a few of them. That's the same thing goes back into your life. Instead, you might be doing things. Instead, they expect you to be chosen to make it happen, but you didn't choose that way. You fall on a different bracket. You got to find what's your sequence to get your own success in your hand. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everything comes on a sequence. If you delay things, you delay yourself. Understand? If you procrastinate, you stop movements. Because every day the sun shines, you notice some people working to make things happen. Then you have some company that never close down. It always spinning. If you check Google, Google never close. You never sleep. It always spinning. They might not open in the public, but they're online. You can contact them all time. Understand? If you're trying to build something for yourself, your mind have to be like that. Same thing. You have to keep open 24 hours for all things, especially if you're trying to build from nothing to something. If you check musician, their sequence of 100 songs is a known person. You understand? Basketball players, it's sequence when they do more than, if they score more on the court, they're gonna get dropped. You gotta check it. Instead, it's the more you do and the more you win, is the more your doors are open. You control doors of your own. But you have to know the doings to open the doors for your own. If you was a modeler and you're trying to get on and be on one of Vaz magazine or one of them famous magazine, you have to find the doings for you to get the access for that. You might hire a manager, but that manager was not supposed to be hired. You might be working with the wrong sequence of manager. And then if you do not fire him and get rid of him and realize that you have to be the one to get yourself involved on Vibe magazine or one of them big time magazine, you're losing. You got to figure, am I the sequence for that? I realize as a person, my sequence is me to control my own destiny. My sequence is not for someone to actually do it for me, because every time someone do something for me, every time I'm at the door, that same person step on me, I never go through. But if I meet the head man of the situation and talk to him what I would notice, it happen. It might not happen right then and there, but it will always happen. They might backstab me or sell me out, but it will happen in a different form of way. This is how some of us are. Some of us not the bond to let someone control our road to success or riches or fame. Some of us have to create it of our own. And some of us, we create it and let someone control it, install it. If you're creating something and it's working, once you have your feet in the doors and of attention, you do not let no one control it, because that's not was the sequence to build that. You got to stick with the corrector. You got to stick with the corrections of talks, corrections of error, corrections of people, correction of who you hire, who's the bad seed, who to weed out, and who not to talk to, and who to move on to, and who not to. But if you build up something and then sell it, you sell your own hand, you put yourself down in the game. I always notice the sequence of rising of stars. A group might rise, and when the group rise, after a while they separate, and one of them will continue singing. The only one I see have a success off of that, so it was Justin Timberlake. That is the only stars I see was in a group and just singing like that and every known. And then I checked Bob Marley on the island, and then Bob Marley was in a group, and then he be the only one that made greatness, and the other one we learn of them who was a part of his group. And then they have groups like leader of the new school, which is Busselum. You understand that they was the one, but the bus is the dominant one. You understand? You got a couple of them. I don't want to call out many, but you got to check the sequence of how they get there. Instead, and there's only few are like that. But what I noticed when they hold that road, they look like they know their passion. Say, you know what? I am gonna stick to this road and I'm gonna hold it. And when I hold this road, I'm not gonna let nobody take it from me, because I'm gonna do the sequence I keep. I'm not going to do the sequence of losing what I got. Understand? And I'm not going to do the sequence waiting for someone to give me what I really want. I am going to do the sequence for me to be known, for me to get paid from what I'm doing, and do follow the law they got and then make it happen. Understand? Once you follow the sequence of the rules of life, you will find your way to the doors you want. But if you're following what not open up the doors, you are doing the wrong sequence. You have to do the sequence to open doors for yourself. You have to do the sequence to have peace around you. You have to do the sequence to be nice unto people. You have to do the sequence to avoid certain people. You have to do the sequence to keep. You have to do the sequence of understanding. You have to do the sequence to let them know who I am. And you have to do the sequence to understand I'm not the type of person you play with. You have to let these things be known by not even talking it just by through your action. Understand? But the moment someone starts to study you, what your work are, then they're going to know that person study your sequence. You understand? If you check United States of America, you know this country never sleep. They might seem like they're not here, but they're there. You understand? You got to check all the corporations and what they go through. But when I check it, it's all controlled by one person. And this is why destruction come upon the state. You got to watch the sequence of doing. You got to watch the sequence of how you do things. Watch the sequence of the friendship. Watch the sequence of the friends them that you keep around you. Watch the sequence of your daughters and who's around your daughter and your sons and who their friend are. Because some of their friends is just not uplifting. Some of their friends is keeping you down. Watch the sequence of the Christianity. Watch how they do things and watch the sequence of your pastor. Watch the sequence of the day you attend church and what used to happen before you attend church. Watch the sequence of when you pray to God and what happened after you pray to God. Watch the sequence when you do not pray to God. Watch the sequence when you read the Psalms and read the Bible, what happened. You understand? Watch the sequence when you be around your real people and who's not real people. And how you do, you check from who was real to you, because all of us have sequence of friendship, sequence of people who did be there for us. But we stepping on them and treating them and keeping them down. But that is a hand that's supposed to give you a helping hand. If it's supposed to advance, you got to give it the advance. Because if you keep it back, you might keep back your own hand. You know, so you got to watch this, the sequence. We all have blessing hands around us. We all have someone that will bless us, help us. But what we always do is keep down that person and go against that person. And sometimes it's a force command them against you and command you to hate them and command them to block your destiny. You never block destiny by doing wrong to something that never do you wrong. This is a sequence. Even with love and relationship. You understand? You have to watch the person you deceive, who you stepped on, who you cheat on. Because sometimes it blocks us from having the best one, the nice one, the richer one. The one who's going to help us. Sometimes your love you're looking for is right there beside you. Some women will love and treat a man, give him everything, but the man don't have eyes to see it. And the same vice versa when it comes with a female. You understand? Some men will do anything for them, but they're not seeing it like that. They want to go over here and do a sequence where there is no love. It's only to mess up what they got. Some women is so stupid, a man nice onto them and they're laughing at them, ha. And some girls, if a man nice onto them, they see the world because they have experience and they have the experience of, oh, I did this before, I made this nice one, and I did this and it go away from me, and some other girl inherited. This one be nice, let me see how it look. And then this is the same thing with me. I do dirt to women. And then I said, damn, I didn't understand sequence of life yet. You understand? When she was really nice to me, I should have seen what she's nice about. Is it for the money, a sequence? It is for to know what I got. Do she working with someone to kill me or something? You understand? These are some of the things you got to check in life. You got to watch what you do. And then telling you from the day you was little boy, you're not paying attention to it. Understand? So you got to watch the sequence of life, man. You understand? Watch the sequence of wrong. Watch the sequence of wrong and right. Watch the sequence of how you do things and how you treat people, because it all have a ricochet back onto all of us. You understand? It all reflects. I'm going to tell you, action of reflection. I'm telling you, actions of reflection. If you do not check your action, you will never realize what's really happening in your life. You hold the doors to open all doors, and you hold the doors to make all things backfire on you. You understand? I remember now, man, Deep Entertainment Forever. I remember STAY4YA. If you want the visual of this, just do a live sequence on me and you'll see. All right? Peace and love.